Plains. Plains are the most important landforms found on the Earth's surface. A plain is a low-lying, relatively flat land surface with very gentle slope and minimum local relief. Here, the local relief means very less hilly areas or plateau areas or upland areas. Most of the plains have been formed by deposition of sediments brought down by rivers. Besides rivers, some plains have also been formed by the action of wind, moving ice, and tectonic activities. Classification of plains we are going to learn on the basis of their mode of formation, that is structural plains, erosional plains, depositional plains of river, wind, waves and tides, glaciers, and then importance of plains. Structural plains. These plains are mainly formed by structurally depressed or the upliftment of the part of the sea floor or continental shelf. They are located on the borders of most of all the major continents. Great Plains of USA located between Mississippi, Missouri Plains in the east and Rockies in the west. Gulf Coast, Coromandel Coast in India. It is mild subsidence followed by sedimentation. Now look at this particular animation, how the crust, both the crust when it is coming towards each other near the coast, the oceanic plate is pushing up the continental plate and the coast is uplifted, and that's why it is called structural plane. Structure is uplifted. Over here also you can see how the structure is getting uplifted bit by bit. In India, especially in eastern coast, Coromandel coast, we are having this structural plane with a mild subsidence followed by sedimentation. Erosional plains. These are called peneplains. Erosional plains, that is the plains of denudation, are formed by the continuous and long time erosion of uplands. The erode relief plain representing the final stage of fluvial erosion. The surface of such plains is uneven and hence they are also called peneplains, means almost plain. In arid and semi-arid areas, mountain slopes weathered and eroded to leave a gently sloping peneplains or pediments. Over here we can see far away those mountain region, and near that the slopes have been formed, that is peneplains. Over here this picture, pediment is starting near the foothill of the mountain, and the alluvium deposition, that part is known as alluvial pediment. Even glaciated valleys, eroded valleys. Once upon a time, these areas were under the ice, and because of the erosion of the ice due to pressure and the friction, the plain has been formed. This is called U-shaped valleys. Here also we can see the U-shape over here. These U-shaped valleys underneath, that is the surface of the earth of the U-shaped valley, we are having peneplains. It is not actually plain at all. It is nearly plain. Depositional plains formed by the deposition of materials brought by various agents of transportation. That is, after erosion, transportation takes place. They are comparatively level but rise gently towards the adjacent highlands. Riverine or alluvial plain, Lacustrine plain or lake plains. Example, Valley of Kashmir, glacial or drift plains, lowest plains in northwest China, pampas in Argentina, coastal plains. Here we can see Yangtze River's depositional plains over here near the foothills. Over here also we can see the depositional plain in the coastal areas of Europe also we are having. River basins. These are known as granaries of the world, cradles of ancient civilizations. When plains are formed by the river deposits, they are called riverine or alluvial plains. Here, Yangtze River's alluvial plain we can see. Depending on location and nature of deposition, here you have to understand this one. Depending on location and nature of deposition, they are known as floodplains, deltaic plains. If the plain is forming near the mouth of the river, it will be deltaic plain. If the plain is forming wherever in the middle course we are having floods, then it will be known as floodplain. They form the most productive agricultural plains of the world, and as they are intensively tilled and very densely populated. That's why they are called as cradles of ancient civilization. Most of the river valley civilization took place because of this deposition of alluvial soil. For example, alluvial plains of North India, floodplains of USA, even in China, deltaic plains of Ganga Brahmaputra. Here you can see Ganga Brahmaputra's deltaic plain is nearly triangulated shape. One side Ganga is coming and another side Brahmaputra has come flowing and joined Ganga in Bangladesh, and we are getting this largest delta in the world, that is the Ganga Brahmaputra delta. This is also known as deltaic plain of Ganga Brahmaputra, and its lower course is known as Sundarban. Next, in India, old floodplains are called Bhangar because as it is old, it becomes uh, more coarse, and new floodplains are called Khadar because it becomes more fertile because lots of flood and silt is deposited over there and it becomes more fertile. Especially in the deltaic region, we get this Khadar, whereas in upper region of the river basins, we will get Bhangar. Piedmont alluvial plains located at the foothills of mountains or plateaus. Here, this one is because of deposition of silt brought down by the glaciers or the rivers or the veins, and this plain has been formed. Whereas the peneplain is little bit different. That is nearly plain. Yeah, and that was formed by the erosion here because of deposition. Aeolian plains. When the wind is the major agent of deposition, those plains are called as lowest plains. For example, lowest plain in northwest China, Pampas in Argentina. Here you can see, we know wind is the main agent for deposition, and these deposited sands millions of years get deposited and accumulated, and after that this fine sands or silt is forming the lowest plain. It is not actually properly plain wherever it is nearer to the plateaus or desert area, but far away from there, if it is depositing near the river valleys, then it will be much more plain because of the tilling and construction purpose also it is used, as well as agricultural purpose also it is used. Here in China, from Gobi Desert, the lowest deposit takes place to Wangho Basin, and then we are getting highlands of lowest plateau and lowlands of lowest plains in Wangho Basin. In Argentina, Pampas area is also having lowest deposits that is coming from the Patagonia deserts. Coastal plains. In coastal region, waves and winds deposit mud, sand on the coastal plain to form marine swamps, mud flats, tidal and estuarine lowlands. In India, we are having these coastal plains from eastern coast, that is starting from West Bengal along the eastern coastal plains, and then again towards the western coastal plain, even in Gujarat also. Glacial or drift plains. Plains are formed by glacier deposits. Earlier we have learnt about U-shaped valleys of glaciers, that is eroded plains. This one is deposited plains. Here we can see the glacier which is depositing, and after that when it is getting receding back because of the high temperature or global warming or during the summer season, that time we are getting the outwash plain which has been brought down by the glaciers, and now it is surfacing because the glacier is retreating back, and we are getting drumlins of glacial depositions, moraines, that is also glacial depositions we are getting. And those areas here also we are getting those drumlins and all, and those areas are not fully plain, but some hilly region also, upland areas also we can see. Lacustrine plain or lake plains. The depositions of sediments in a lake by rivers give rise to a lacustrine plain or lake plains. For example, the Valley of Kashmir, lake plains of Aral Sea, Caspian Sea. Now, if you observe this particular picture, this map, Aral Sea earlier was this much big, and the rivers of Sidaria and Amudarya used to flow into this river lake and deposit silt over there. Now, year after year, so thousands of years, it has deposited the silt over there, and now the lake surface has become very less. Here also we can see the Aral Sea, the lake surface. Earlier it was huge, one, but now it is becoming less. In India, Lacustrine plains are forming even in Kashmir Valley also and in Manipur also. Here it is floating on the this on the silt. The floating gardens are also there in Manipur. Here in Caspian Sea also, the surface area has become less because of the Volga River, which is flowing into it, or other rivers, whichever is flowing into it, depositing the silt over there and forming lacustrine plains. Importance of plains. It is a mainly fertile soil. Deep fertile soil with flat surface helps in irrigation and agriculture. That's why plains are called the food basket of the world and centers of many civilization, ancient civilization. Growth of industries, rich agricultural resources, alluvial plains have helped the growth of agro-based industries. Since the plains are thickly populated, plenty of labor is available for the intensive cultivation and for supplying the workforce for industries. Then easy means of transportation, flat surface of plains favors for setting up roadways, railways, airports. Easy means of transportation on land, growth of agriculture, industries in the plains have resulted in the setting up of and expansion of cities and towns. As I have told, the plains are the centers of many civilization. All the ancient civilization like ancient civilization of China or India or Mesopotamia or Egypt, they took place on the river valleys of Wangho, Yangtze, Indus Valley River civilization, then Tigris Euphrates River or Nile River. It is to They is to provide lots of alluvial soil, floodplain, deltaic soil, which helped early men to set down their civilizations.